Hello, welcome to my first video, which is about how I plan to install a virtual machine on a base model M1 MacBook Air. So I will basically be installing this Linux virtual machine and be utilizing the Alpine Linux distro. Let's get into it right now. I'm currently using the base model and I'm trying to install it on as few resources as possible. So if we go here, we would first need the ISO file, which would be the Arch64 ISO, because I've tried the ARM versions but they don't seem to work that well. So you want to install this one from standard. Anyway, once you have that done, we can open UTM, and I have tried to install it with more resources using GNOME, but I'll try to walk you through the process of using the XFCE desktop, which is a lot lighter in terms of system resources. And let's start by clicking virtualize, and we would want the configuration to be Linux because this is Linux. And from my experience, I did not check use Apple virtualization, and I'll be booting the ISO image that I've downloaded, which is you can download it anywhere, but I just have a folder for it. And yeah, if we click continue, I do not want to allocate that much memory because I do not want it to be that taxing on the system. So I'm just going to give it 1 GB of RAM, which is typically recommended for systems with a GUI. And if you click continue, I don't want to give it that much storage because, as you can see, I don't exactly have that much storage left. I only have about 25 GB. So I'm just going to give this disk like 5 GB. And I hope I'll have enough space to install some apps. Anyway, I'm not going to include a shared directory. If we click continue, let's just call this something. Let's just call it Alpine with a 1. And we'll click save. And it should create the virtual machine. And here it is. If you click on, we'll now be installing Alpine onto the virtual machine. Yeah, so just give it some time. And you would want to perform this first setup by logging in as root. And we can start this setup off by saying setup Alpine. And since this is a virtual machine, I do not really need a keyboard layout. I don't care about the host name, I don't care about the interface. No, I do not want to do manual network configuration. I'm just going to give it a password, which, yeah, super secure password. And for my time zone, I'm going to select Hong Kong. But you can select whatever time zone you want. No proxy, no network time. And this installation should be pretty fast because Alpine is a really lightweight distro. And I'm just going to use the fastest mirror. And I'm not gonna set up a user yet. Actually, no, I will set up a user, but I'm probably gonna set it up further later down the line. And let's just call him R, and the password will be something really secure like this. Yes, I love that. And I'm not gonna have a SSH key here. No. And for the disk, I would want to select VDA because, yeah, that's the available disk that I've given it. And you want to use the disk as system, so you type SYS. And yes, I will erase the above disk. And one of the things that we need to do first is actually over here. We need to edit this virtual machine, and you need to remove the USB drive. So you need to delete this USB drive. You actually need to delete the USB drive when you first install Alpine Linux. And then we click save, and then we can set up the desktop environment. So yeah, earlier the setup failed. Let's click on that. And root. My password was guessed, and now I want to set up the desktop, and the desktop environment I want will be, XFCE. And now we can reboot this. So yeah, we have now booted into the desktop environment. I've not really given my user administrative privileges, so I'm just going to change this to, I'm going to log in as root. And here we are in the desktop environment, which we can set it up further if we want. And Alpine uses the APK file system. So typically when we want to perform an update, we do APK update, and then we do APK upgrade. So yeah, these are just some of the things that you can do with Linux, which I'm going to display on the screen. I'm unfortunately a bit of a Linux noob, but I hope you'll join me on this journey in exploring a containerized version of Linux within macOS. Anyway, thanks for watching my video, and see you soon. Bye bye.